Bhleg. That is a name that almost sounds like you're having a sort of a burp. However, this name should not mislead you. This is one of the more interesting newer Swedish black metal names that you probably should have taken a look at or listened to. The band's previous release from 2019, Ödhin, was actually one of the better ones and got me hooked to this band more or less. The band has been out there for quite some while, and now it's time for their third album called Ödhin. And what makes this band curious is that while it's definitely newer one, and while at least one of the members of this duo is quite a younger generation, this band is like quantum leap to early 90s. One could even say there's a lot of like of elements with the music, and now I need some tool to properly remove this piece of paper without harming it too much. So as I was saying, this music is very much like going early 1990s, the Norwegian style. At least the previous album was very much reminding me earlier Ulve material. However, there are obviously differences. Be it as it may, this one is something that could be labeled as green metal. Very nature-themed black metal all in all. And, oops, this way it's all around. And as such, it has this sort of kind of a nature melancholia, but still very much resonating at proper black metal release. Rawish sound and the kind of a raspy vocals, even somewhat hateful you might say. And that is what makes this album so interesting. It doesn't really sound like your typical album, yet at the same time it sounds very Swedish and very much like the label Nordvis is doing with a lot of it band. So there's a certain kind of a natural feeling, even though it's very Swedish black metal at the same time. Not exactly your typical Darkness and Satan band, but more about this northern nature, if you will, and hence green metal term. Now, on the Metal Archive side, you can pretty much take a quick look at this discography and see this is like third album, and then there are a couple of smaller releases between these full lengths. And this Ödhin one is something that takes for more than 45 minutes with its 6 tracks. And the sound could be described as somewhat organic. It means there's a lot of dynamics in the production. And while it's kind of raw and impure in a way, I mean, it's not very polished or plastic, not very modern sounding, but more like 1990s. All the instruments are played clearly, and the kind of a crisp sound is very much supporting the band's music. It is very much like a trip to the northern woods, especially the kind of a wintertime moment when it's all just kind of a colors of pale gray, white, and all that. Exactly what you would see if you went outside now here. I mean, the trees are more or less kind of white or gray with the frost crisped trees and all that stuff. Anyway, this is the kind of a soundtrack that totally fits the Nordic winter mindset. It's not exactly full of warmth, and it's not exactly the type of music you would take to your friends' satanic parties, but more for those walks outside to your nature, be it seaside, I don't know, forests. And that is what makes this album so Swedish sounding. And totally fits Nordvis Productions, catalog in a way. But still, as good as this album sound, I still feel this is like missing something magical compared to the previous EP, Ödhin, which was, in my opinion, one of the better ones in 2019. That is not to say this is not good or just decent. I think this is a good album, but it's maybe because of its length, maybe because of its diversity. I mean, for example, the last track is not that much a metallic track versus the kind of a traditional instrumentation, you know, the kind of a folky stuff almost. But it's just a little bit different, and it depends from your angle, what you're expecting from your black metal release to be. I mean, if you want just pure aggression and darkness and all that, this is not your cup of tea. Then again, if you don't mind a little bit melancholia, if you don't mind that kind of a Nordic feeling, the kind of a green metal vibe with the music, then I think Bhleg could be definitely your cup of tea. Now, this album is out on January 15, 2021, so a few more days. I don't know if at the moment there are pre-order possibility, but in case I got you interested, there's at least single tracks out there already, and I would guess the full album will be out for your listening pleasure by the time the release comes out. But give it a listen, and in case you like it, it's a good time to put this in your January buying CDs list or queue, because it might have been your cup of tea, or it could have been, could be. Yeah, take a look, take a listen, and enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.